All right, we are live at Bear Sheath Farm with your host, Levite Khan. Let me get the ricochet here. All right, and today we are reading the Midbar, Numbers, chapters 6 through 10. Um, After that, I'm going to give some a little bit of news and stuff, just some things that are going on. Some of it's been going on for quite a while, but that's all right. So rather than Babylon about all that, we get this. And we'll go ahead and get started on Numbers chapter 6. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When either man or woman separate themselves to vow a vow of a Nazarite, to separate themselves unto the Lord, he shall separate himself from wine and strong drink, and shall drink no vinegar of wine, or vinegar or strong drink, neither shall he drink any liquor of grapes, nor eat moist grapes or dried. All the days of his separation shall he eat nothing that is made of the vine tree from the kernels even to the husk. All the days of the vow of his separation there shall no razor come upon his head, until the days be fulfilled in the which he separateth himself unto the Lord. He shall be holy, and shall let the locks of the hair of his head grow. All the days that he separateth himself unto the Lord, he shall commit no dead body. He shall not make himself unclean for his father, or for his mother, or for his brother, or for his sister when they die, because the consecration of his God is upon his head. All the days of his separation he is holy unto the Lord. And if any man die very suddenly by him, and he hath defiled the head of his consecration, then he shall shave his head in the day of his cleansing. On the seventh day shall he shave it. And on the eighth day, here we go at the eighth day again, and on the eighth day he shall bring 2 turtles or 2 young pigeons to the priest to the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And the priest shall offer the one for a sin offering and the other for a burnt offering, and make an atonement for him, for that he sinned by the dead, and shall hallow his head that same day. Before we go on to verse 12, welcome and shalom to Gangster Talks podcast. How you doing? All right, let's go on to verse 12. And he shall consecrate unto the Lord the days of his separation, and shall bring a lamb of the first year for a trespass offering. But the days that were before shall be lost, because his separation was defiled. And this is the law of the Nazarite. When the days of his separation are fulfilled, he shall be brought unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And he shall offer his offering unto the Lord one he lamb of the first year without blemish for a burnt offering, and then 1 ewe lamb of the first year without blemish for a sin offering, and 1 ram without blemish for peace offerings. And a basket of unleavened bread, cakes of fine flour mingled with oil, and waters of unleavened bread anointed with oil, and their meat offering and their drink offerings. And a basket of unleavened bread, cakes of fine flour mingled with oil, and wafers of unleavened bread anointed with oil, and their meat offering and their drink offerings. And the priest shall bring them before the Lord, and shall offer his sin offering and his burnt offering. And he shall offer the ram for a sacrifice of peace offerings unto the Lord with the basket of unleavened bread. The priest shall offer also his meat offering and his drink offering. And the Nazarite shall shave the head of his separation at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and shall take the hair of the head of his separation, and put it in the fire, which is under the sacrifice of the peace offerings. And the priest shall take the sodden shoulder of the ram, and 1 unleavened cake out of the basket, and 1 unleavened wafer, and shall put them upon the hands of the Nazarite after the hair of his separation is shaven. And the priest shall wave them for a wave offering before the Lord. This is holy for the priest, with the wave breast and heave shoulder, and after that the Nazarite may drink wine. This is the law of the Nazarite, who hath vowed, and of his offering unto the Lord for his separation, beside that his hand shall get, according to the vow which he vowed, so he must do after the law of his separation. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron and unto his sons, saying, On this wise ye shall bless the children of Israel, saying unto them, The Lord bless thee and keep thee. The Lord make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. The Lord lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. We just did the Aaronic blessing, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. And they shall put my name upon the children of Israel, and I will bless them. And that's all 27 verses of Numbers chapter 6. Welcome and shalom to Carolyn Gannon. How you doing? Oh, welcome and shalom to Mike's Isaiah or Isaiah. Just say Yeshayahu in Hebrew. And welcome and shalom to Hayden, Craig Hayden. All right. Glad people are making it. All right. We have 89 verses coming up on the Numbers chapter 7. So let's keep it going loud, clear, and keep going. All right. Chapter 7. And it came to pass on the day that Moses had fully set up the tabernacle and had anointed it and sanctified it and all the instruments thereof, both the altar and all the vessels thereof, and had anointed them and sanctified them, that the princes of Israel, heads of the house of their fathers, who were the princes of the tribes and were over them that were numbered, offered. And they brought their offering before the Lord. 6 covered wagons, 6 covered wagons and 12 oxen, a wagon for 2 of the princes, and for each one an ox, and they brought them before the tabernacle. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, take it of them, that they may be to do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation, and thou shalt give them unto the Levites, to every man according to his service. And Moses took the wagon and the oxen, and gave them unto the Levites. 2 wagons and 4 oxen he gave unto the sons of Gershon, according to their service. And 4 wagons and 8 oxen he gave unto the sons of Merari, according unto their service, under the hand of Ithamar, the son of Aaron the priest. But unto the sons of Kohath he gave none, because the service of the sanctuary belonging unto them was that they should bear upon their shoulders. And the princes offered for dedicating of the altar in the day that it was anointed. Even the princes offered their offering before the altar. And the Lord said unto Moses, they shall offer their offering, each prince on his day, for the dedicating of the altar. And he that offered his offering the first day was Nashon, the son of Amminadab, of the tribe of Judah. And his offering was 1 silver charger, the weight thereof was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary. Both of them were full of fine flour, mingled with oil for a meat offering. 1 spoon of 10 shekels of gold, full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 lamb of the first year for a burnt offering, 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of Nashon, the son of Amminadab. On the second day, Nathaniel, the son of Zuar, of the prince of Issachar, did offer. He offered for his offering 1 silver charger, the weight whereof was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour, mingled with oil for a meat offering. 1 spoon of gold of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 lamb of the first year for a burnt offering, 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of Nathaniel, the son of Zuar. On the third day, Eli, the son of Helon, prince of the children of Zebulun, did offer. His offering was 1 silver charger, the weight whereof was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil for a meat offering. 1 gold, 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 lamb of the first year for a burnt offering, 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering. Do I need to stop that? Okay.
Let them know the new subscribers don't understand why I did that.
Yeah, my wife is not proper really for the screen. So anyway, just follow along. Verse 28, 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of Eliab, the son of Helon. On the 4th day, Eleazar, the son of Shadur, prince of the children of Reuben, did offer. His offering was 1 silver charger of the weight of 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil for a meat offering. 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 lamb of the first year for a burnt offering, 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of Eleazar the son of Shadur. On the 5th day, Shalumiel the son of Zurishaddai, prince of the children of Simeon, did offer. His offering was 1 silver charger, the weight whereof was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mingled with oil for a meat offering. 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 lamb of the first year for a burnt offering, 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of Shalumiel the son of Zurishaddai. On the 6th day, Eliasaph the son of Duel, prince of the children of Gad, offered. His offering was 1 silver charger of the weight of 130 shekels, a silver bowl of 70 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mingled with oil for a meat offering. 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 lamb of the first year for a burnt offering, 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of Eliasaph the son of Duel. On the 7th day, Elishama the son of Ammihud, prince of the children of Ephraim, offered. His offering was 1 silver charger, the weight whereof was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil for a meat offering. 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 lamb of the first year for a burnt offering, 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of Elishama the son of Ammihud. On the 8th day, and here we go over the 8th day again, folks. On the 8th day offered Gamaliel the son of Pedazur, prince of the children of Manasseh. His offering was 1 silver charger of the weight of 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil for a meat offering. 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 lamb of the first year for a burnt offering, 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of Gamaliel, or in English, sorry about that, Gamaliel, the son of Pedazur. On the 9th day, Abidan, the son of Gideoni, prince of the children of Benjamin, offered. His offering was 1 silver charger, the weight whereof was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil for a meat offering. 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 lamb of the first year for a burnt offering, 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of Abidan, or Abidan, the son of Gideoni, on the 10th day. Ahiezer, the son of Ammishaddai, prince of the children of Dan, offered. His offering was 1 silver charger, the weight whereof was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil for a meat offering. 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 lamb of the first year for a burnt offering, 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of Ahiezer, the son of Ammishaddai. On the 11th day, Pagiel, the son of Ochran, prince of the children of Asher, offered. His offering was 1 silver charger, the weight whereof was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mingled with oil for a meat offering. 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels full of incense. 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 lamb of the first year for a burnt offering, 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of Pagiel, the son of Ochran. On the 12th day, Ahira, the son of Enan, prince of the children of Naphtali, offered. His offering was 1 silver charger, was 1 silver charger, the weight whereof was 130 shekels. 1 silver bowl of shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mingled with oil for a meat offering. 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels full of incense. 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 lamb of the first year for a burnt offering. 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering. And for a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of Ahira the son of Enan. This was the dedication of the altar in the day when it was anointed by the princes of Israel. 12 chargers of silver, 12 silver bowls, 12 spoons of gold, each charger of silver weighing 130 shekels, each bowl 70. All the silver vessels weighed 2,400 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary. The golden spoons were 12, full of incense, weighing 10 shekels apiece. After the shekel of the sanctuary, all the gold of the spoons was 120 shekels. All the oxen for the burnt offering were 12 bullocks, the rams 12, the lambs of the first year 12, with their meat offering, and the kids of the goats for sin offering 12. And all the oxen for the sacrifice of the peace offerings are 20 and 4 bullocks, the rams 60, the he-goat 60, the lambs of the first year 60. This is the dedication of the altar. After that, it was anointed. And when Moses was gone into the tabernacle of the congregation to speak with him, then he heard the voice of one speaking unto him from off the mercy seat that was upon the ark of testimony, from between the 2 cherubims, and he spake unto him. And that's all 89 verses of Numbers chapter 7. Let me look at the chat. I'm going to look something up here too, I think. A shekel to a pound. I don't remember right now. This is actually Michael's wife. Okay, cool. Welcome. Oh, welcome and shalom to Old Path. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom to everyone, ladies and gentlemen. All right. 1. Okay, it's 1/4 of a pound. 0.25. Okay. Yeah. Anywho, just thought I'd look that up quick. Anyway, the next chapters 8 through 10 are a little bit shorter than that. Look, this is a very detailed, precise Elohim, precise God that we serve. So I emphasize that. And it's all throughout the Torah. I've read plenty of chapters already that prove this. And it's not a burden for us. Okay, we can do these things. Now, we're not doing the sacrifices. I'm just making the point. Our lives can be very precise, very detailed, very orderly, very methodical, very godly, ladies and gentlemen. So, take another drink here. Good old-fashioned coffee. Anyway, let's go to chapter 8. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron, and say unto him, When thou lightest the lamps, the 7 lamps shall give light over against the candlestick. And Aaron did so. He lighted the lamps thereof over against the candlestick, as the Lord commanded Moses. And this work of the candlestick was of beaten gold, unto the shaft thereof, unto the flowers thereof was beaten work, according unto the pattern which the Lord had showed Moses. So he made the candlestick. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Take the Levites from among the children of Israel, and cleanse them. And thus shalt thou do unto them to cleanse them. Sprinkle water to purify, water of purifying upon them, and let them shave all their flesh, and let them wash their clothes, and so make themselves clean. Then let them take a young bullock with his meat offering, even fine flour mingled with oil, and another young bullock shalt thou take for a sin offering. And thou shalt bring the Levites before the tabernacle of the congregation, and thou shalt gather the whole assembly of the children of Israel together. And thou shalt bring the Levites before the Lord, and the children of Israel shall put their hands upon the Levites. And Aaron shall offer the Levites before the Lord for an offering of the children of Israel, that they may execute the service of the Lord. And the Levites shall lay their hands upon the heads of the bullocks, and thou shalt offer the one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering, unto the Lord, to make an atonement for the Levites. And thou shalt set the Levites before Aaron and before his sons, and offer them for an offering unto the Lord. Thus shalt thou separate the Levites from among the children of Israel, and the Levites shall be mine. And after that shall the Levites go in to do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation, and thou shalt cleanse them and offer them for an offering. For they are wholly given unto me from among the children of Israel, instead of such as open every womb, even instead of the firstborn of all the children of Israel, have I taken them unto me. For all the firstborn of the children are mine, both man and beast. On the day that I smote every firstborn in the land of Egypt, I sanctified them for myself. Before we go on to verse 18, that's another sign of Yeshua, just so you know. Coming down in the flesh. So, all right, let's continue on. Verse 18, because he was the first to come from Miriam, or Mary in English. All right. Anyway, verse 18. And I have taken the Levites for all the firstborn of the children of Israel, and I have given the Levites as a gift to Aaron and to his sons from among the children of Israel, to do the service of the children of Israel in the tabernacle of the congregation, and to make an atonement for the children of Israel, that there be no plague among the children of Israel, when the children of Israel come nigh unto the sanctuary. And Moses and Aaron and all the congregation of the children of Israel did to the Levites according unto all that the Lord commanded Moses concerning the Levites. So did the children of Israel unto them. And the Levites were purified, and they washed their clothes. And Aaron offered them as an offering before the Lord, and Aaron made an atonement for them to cleanse them. And after that went the Levites in to do their service in the tabernacle of the congregation before Aaron and before his sons, as the Lord had commanded Moses concerning the Levites, so did they unto them. Before we go on to verse 23, again, the Lord's commanding it. Okay, Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh, here. The Father, blessed be his name, is commanding Moshe to do this. So it's really the law of, the instructions of Elohim, ladies and gentlemen, more deeply than it really is the law of Moses. Anyway, verse 23. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, This is it that belongeth unto the Levites. From 20 and 5 years old and upward, they shall go in to wait upon the service of the tabernacle of the congregation, and from the age of 50 years they shall cease waiting upon the service thereof, and shall serve no more, but shall minister with their brethren in the tabernacle of the congregation to keep the charge, and shall do no service. Thus shalt thou do unto the Levites touching their charge. That's all 26 verses of Numbers chapter 8. All right, let's do this. Let's keep it moving. Numbers chapter 9. And the Lord spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai in the first month of the second year, after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying, Let the children of Israel also keep the Passover at his appointed season. And the 14th day of this month at even, ye shall keep it in his appointed season, according to all the rites of it, and according to all the ceremonies thereof shall ye keep it. And Moses spake unto the children of Israel that they should keep the Passover. And they kept the Passover on the 14th day of the first month at even in the wilderness of Sinai. According to all that the Lord commanded Moses, so did the children of Israel. And there were certain men who were defiled by the dead body of a man, that they could not keep the Passover on that day. And they came before Moses and before Aaron on that day. And those men said unto him, We are defiled by the dead body of a man. Wherefore are we kept back, that we may not offer an offering of the Lord in his appointed season among the children of Israel? And Moses said unto them, Stand still, I will hear what the Lord will command concerning you. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If any man of you or of your posterity shall be unclean by reason of a dead body, or be in a journey afar off, yet he shall keep the Passover unto the Lord. The 14th day of the second month at even they shall keep it, and eat it with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. They shall leave none of it unto the morning, nor break any bone of it. According to all the ordinances of the Passover, they shall keep it. Okay, before we go to verse 13, as we're reading about this, and these men have an exception made because it was beyond their control. Keep in mind, this is also another sign for Yeshua, and I say that because not one bone was broken, and the commandment's right in here. The instruction is right in here. Don't break any of those bones. All right. Verse 13. But the man that is clean and is not in a journey and forbeareth to keep the Passover, even the same soul shall be cut off from among his people, because he brought not the offering of the Lord in his appointed season. That man shall bear his sin. And if a stranger shall sojourn among you and will keep the Passover unto the Lord, according to the ordinance of the Passover and according to the manner thereof, so shall he do. You shall have one ordinance, both for the stranger and for him that was born in the land. And on the day that the tabernacle was reared up, the cloud covered the tabernacle, namely the tent of the testimony, and at even there was upon the tabernacle, as it were, the appearance of fire until the morning. So it was always, the cloud covered it by day, and the appearance of fire by night. And when the cloud was taken up from the tabernacle, then after that the children of Israel journeyed, and in the place where the cloud abode, where the children of Israel pitched their tents, at the commandment of the Lord, the children of Israel journeyed, and at the commandment of the Lord they pitched. As long as the cloud abode upon the tabernacle, they rested in their tents. And when the cloud tarried long upon the tabernacle many days, then the children of Israel kept the charge of the Lord and journeyed not. And so it was, when the cloud was a few days upon the tabernacle, according to the commandment of the Lord they abode in their tents, and according to the commandment of the Lord they journeyed. And so it was when the cloud, and so it was when the cloud abode from even unto the morning, and that the cloud was taken up in the morning, then they journeyed, whether it was by day or by night, that the cloud was taken up, they journeyed. Let me get that out of there. I have to click something out. Okay. Or whether it were 2 days or a month or a year, that the cloud tarried upon the tabernacle, remaining thereon, the children of Israel abode in their tents and journeyed not. But when it was taken up, they journeyed. At the commandment of the Lord they rested in the tents, and at the commandment of the Lord they journeyed. They kept the charge of the Lord at the commandment of the Lord by the hand of Moses. And that's all 23 verses of Numbers chapter 9. I think we have 36 or something. Let me look. Yeah. Chapter 10 is 36 verses. Now, when I get that done, I'm going to fill up my coffee cup. And then I'll get to talking to you guys. And I think I got a couple. Well, I have something on Facebook I want to show you that's pretty serious. Then I have another fun video from Mr. Burgundy about good old-fashioned pole dancer ALC. But anyway, let's I better keep this moving. Numbers chapter 10. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Make thee 2 trumpets of silver of whole piece. Shalt thou make them, that thou mayest use them for the canceling of the assembly and for the journeying of the camps. And when they shall blow at them, all the assembly, shall assemble themselves to thee at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And if they blow but with one trumpet, then the princes, which are heads of the thousands of Israel, shall gather themselves unto thee. When ye blow an alarm, then the camps that lie on the east part shall go forward. When ye blow an alarm the second time, then the camps that lie on the south side shall take their journey. They shall blow an alarm for their journeys. But when the congregation is to be gathered together, ye shall blow, but ye shall not sound an alarm. And the sons of Aaron, the priests, shall blow with the trumpets, and they shall be to you for an ordinance forever throughout your generations. And if ye go to war in your land against the enemy that oppresseth you, then ye shall blow an alarm with the trumpets, and ye shall be remembered before the Lord your God, and ye shall be saved from your enemies. Also in the day of your gladness, and in your solemn days, and in the beginnings of your months, ye shall blow with the trumpets over your burnt offerings, and over the sacrifices of your peace offerings, that they may be to you for a memorial before your God. I am the Lord your God. And it came to pass on the 20th day of the second month in the second year that the cloud was taken up from off the tabernacle of the testimony. And the children of Israel took their journeys out of the wilderness of Sinai, and the cloud rested in the wilderness of Paran. And they first took their journey according to the commandment of the Lord by the hand of Moses. In the first place went the standard of the camp of the children of Judah according to their armies, and over his host was Nashon, the son of Amminadab, and over the host of the tribe of the children of Issachar was Nathaniel, the son of Zuar, and over the host of the tribe of the children of Zebulun was Eliab, the son of Helon. And the tabernacle was taken down, and the sons of Gershon and the sons of Merari set forward, bearing the tabernacle, and the standard of the camp of Reuben set forward according to their armies, and over his host was Eleazar the son of Shadur, and over the host of the tribe of the children of Simeon was Shalumiel the son of Zurishaddai, and over the host of the tribe of the children of Gad was Eliasaph the son of Duel. And the Kohathites set forward, bearing the sanctuary, and the others did set up the tabernacle against they came. And the standard of the camp of the children of Ephraim set forward according to their armies, and over his host was Elishama the son of Ammihud, and over the host of the tribe of the children of Manasseh was Gamaliel the son of Pedazur, and over the host of the tribe of the children of Benjamin was Abidan the son of Gideoni, and the standard of the camp of the children of Dan set forward, which was the reward of all the camps, or you could just say rearward, of all the camps throughout their hosts, and over his host was Ahiezer the son of Ammishaddai. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Asher was Pagiel the son of Ochran, and over the host of the tribe of the children of Naphtali was Ahira the son of Enan. Thus were the journeyings of the children of Israel according to their armies when they set forward. And Moses said unto Hobab, the son of Raguel, the Midianite, Moses' father-in-law, we are journeying unto the place of which the Lord said, I will give it you. Come thou with us, and we will do thee good. For the Lord hath spoken good concerning Israel. And he said unto him, I will not go, but I will depart to mine own land and to my kindred. And he said, leave us not, I pray thee, for as much as thou knowest how we are to encamp in the wilderness, and thou mayest be to us instead of eyes. And it shall be, if thou go with us, yea, it shall be, that what goodness the Lord shall do unto us, the same will we do unto thee. And they departed from the mount of the Lord 3 days' journey, and the ark of the covenant of the Lord went before them in the 3 days' journey to search out a resting place for them. And the cloud of the Lord was upon them by day when they went out of the camp. And it came to pass, when the ark set forward, that Moses said, rise up, Lord, and let thine enemies be scattered, and let them that hate thee flee before thee. And when it rested, he said, return, O Lord, unto the many thousands of Israel. All right. All 36 verses of Bamidbar, or Numbers chapter 10. Those of you who stuck with me now, I mean, quite a bit done here. I mean, 50, 40, 90, okay. 117 plus. We've done 127 chapters of the, what, 187, is it? So, of the Torah. So we're, what, only 60 more chapters, ladies and gentlemen, or something like that. I think I'm remembering it correctly. I need to get my coffee replenished. And we're going to be coming up on some things soon too, with in Numbers, you know, where the Kohathites get stupid. At least some of them do. I got to make sure I don't run the wheels of my chair into my big pup. Otherwise, he'll whine and cry. He just kind of lays where he pleases, at least to an extent. But just give me a couple minutes. You'll be able to kind of see what I'm doing anyway. Come on, look out! Go there, big buddy. Okay. Hope everyone is doing well. I hope you have a great Sabbath, a great Shabbat. Talking a little bit here. Our day went pretty well. Deb and I were able to get quite a bit done. We're securing a pen. It's like what I call a quail pen, even though we don't do quail. We have biddies in there, chicken biddies, and a lot of roosters that would be butchering by, I don't know, between December and January. And it's a good thing I have poison bars, because the rats are coming right back again. And that's what's been saving them, because they have a way in that pen, or to get in there. I remember those days. We killed a bunch of them off way over a year ago. Now coming up here pretty soon, in a couple days, or 3-4 days, we are going to have to buy more prowler or hawk poison bars. Oh man, we're talking big rats too, like woodchuck rats and stuff. You know, I mean, not even counting the tail. I mean, I've seen them when they get a lot of them go off and die, and you never see them again. Some of them you do, and when they're totally paralyzed and they're in the process of dying, and they are huge. They do stay away when I have my dogs out in their chains and stuff. But at night, they like to travel. But then they have this wonderful tasting candy. So they go for that, and it screws it up. But Deb and I we pounded a bunch of boards on to cover up vulnerable areas and that. Now I'm thinking Sunday we're going to go ahead and use some what we call rabbit wire fence and get some more areas in front, and that I'm going to have to use staple or those what I call horseshoe nails. So things are going all right here. That being said, Also, too, I've been doing my research. I don't know how long I'll be up tonight. I actually got to bed by 2:30 in the morning. That's why I was able to get up a little bit earlier today. I always get up early enough and bring the dogs out and I go back to bed. But I was able to get up before noon. We kind of take shifts around here, and but I got it up. I got up and did what I had to do to get awake. And let me look at the chat. Nothing really new. My wife is typing in, I think. Yeah. So that being said, oh boy, I didn't want sleep time for Pete's sake. I didn't do that. Anyway, folks, I don't really have a lot to, I'm still researching now on my extreme Jewish counterparts, ultra Orthodox. Okay, nothing really new in the chats. Feel free to chat in, have a conversation. It's not a big deal. Yeah. Thank you very much for the subscribers. Thank you for coming and attending. And that's not the only thing that's going on around the world. I mean, Noahide laws and all the Zionists and that. I've been accused of being a Zionist, and it's really stupid. They're so rich. I'm so broke. But they I'm keeping track of a lot of that. I'm still keeping track of some things. I'm going to play something on Facebook. I'll get that going in a couple minutes or so. And that being said, folks, I don't make sure I have it here. Oh, brother. Get out of there. Where'd it go? Deb, I might need your help. I might need Deb's help. This thing went away. But that being said, folks, there's so many issues going on. I mean, even lately, like I've told you how I feel so heavily burdened, like a spiritual heaviness all over me, and how I even feel dirty when I look at what my Jewish counterparts are doing. It's a lot to take in, trust me. And a lot of it I can't even put out on YouTube anyway. Did I say that? I might have. Again, I'm missing a lot of teeth there. Welcome to Shabbat Shalom to Haas. I might have said that with my teeth missing and just blah. But thank you to the subscribers. Or did you misspell, Deb?
Yes, I probably misspelled.
You probably did. Okay, well, yeah, we need to look at this. Here, I'll shut this down. Okay.
Look for.
And I'm going to read
There
an
it is,
article.
right there.
Yeah, I know that, but where to go?
Okay, hit there again.
Okay, gotcha.
And then go. No. Go
What do you
back
mean?
up.
Up?
Go back up. Hit my bubble.
Oh,
Not that.
not that. Okay, my bad. The bubble. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Go down. Keep going. There you go.
There we go.
Let me check the food real quick.
Yeah, I'll let you do that because I want to eat. I want to eat. Okay.
I just want to welcome all of our subscribers, and soon, God willing,
Yep.
we will have a backdrop where we won't have to keep covering the camera all the time. For me coming back.
I'm going to leave it down for now, even because I'm going to play something from Facebook. I got it back. Deb, help me with that. And Deb, when you get done and go back to the bedroom,
Okay.
grab this. Okay.
Okay.
That being said, folks, so it's not like I'm trying to hide here. You people know it's just.
Well, you do that for videos, but I'm telling them about the back and forth when you're doing your live.
No, I know.
Reading and stuff.
Yeah. Well, maybe you should dress properly in a full Hebrew dress.
You know what? It's hot in here.
So.
And
toughen up. The Hebraic life is not meant to be for the weak.
Do you want me to knock you out? Just go ahead.
Oh yeah, knock me out with your wrestling. No, okay, enough joking. That being said, there's so much going on around because when I take a break, sometimes, I used to, the thousands of videos that we deleted in the past, I used to do a lot of exposing, a lot of debunking. I am seeing it left and right here, and I can see why God is not happy with this nation. Holy moly. And I am tempted. I'll tell you what, man. I even watched a debate that was on from over 3 years ago, and another Sabbath keeper tried to get through to a so-called world-class apologist. That being said, I've dealt with that apologist too. I will say this, even though he's not right on his what do you call it? His Calvinism 5.2 deal. He was pretty decent, respectful to me on his panel. So no, that's just a thing that we cover the camera with, especially when Deb's going back and forth. But no, it's not foggy. Tex is asking. Hoss.
He knows.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
Tex. We're gonna, God willing, get a backdrop. Won't have to do
Yeah,
that
God
tomorrow.
willing, we'll get a backdrop soon.
A friend of mine gave us that idea, a backdrop curtain where I won't have to be seen. I can go back and forth
Yeah.
if I wish.
We'll get a backdrop soon. Anyway, continuing on. Look, these people are not in God's will. I'll get some statistics later. I've done it before. It's been a little while, but let's get this Facebook thing on. Has to do with Bill Gates. Good old Billy boy, Billy Ball. Let me share this. There we are. Okay.
A very tiny.
I remember the headline, nanotech now legal in food. What does that mean? Like, what is that?
Correct. Actually, Bill Gates holds a patent in which they put a very tiny nanomicroscopic tag in foods. They said it was to track where the food is going. But what happens when you eat it? You're also...
Now you're tracked.
Yeah, now you're tracked.
I remember the headline, nanotech now legal in food. What does that mean? Like, what is that?
Correct. Actually, Bill Gates holds a patent in which they put a very tiny nanomicroscopic tag in foods. They said it was to track nanomicroscopic tag in foods.
Okay. Let me get rid of Facebook. Now what I'll do is put on this article, and believe it or not, it's by CNN, one of their journalists. I don't normally do that. I do not trust CNN with Jay Tapper and Caitlin Collins for nothing. But anyway, let's do this. Now this is from October 28th of 2025. David Goldman. I am so sick of this Jack Weasel here. Oh man. I don't know who David Goldman. You know who I'm talking about here that we're showing. Bill Gates makes a stunning claim about climate change, and a stunning and significant pushback to the doomsday climate activist community. Bill Gates, a leading proponent for carbon emissions reductions, published a remarkable essay Tuesday that argued resources must be shifted away from the battle against climate change. Instead, Gates argues the world's philanthropists must increase their investment in other efforts aimed at preventing disease and hunger. Like he gives a shit. Climate change is not going to wipe out humanity, he argued. And past efforts that strive for achieving zero carbon emissions have made real progress. Well, I want specifics on that, Billy. What progress have we made? But Gates said that investments fighting climate change have been misplaced and too much Good money has been placed into expensive and questionable efforts. You think? Although Gates said investment to battle climate change must continue, he argued that President Donald Trump's cuts to U.S. aid threaten a more urgent problem, inflicting potentially lasting global damage to the fight against famine and life-threatening preventable sickness. Climate change, disease, and poverty are all major problems, Gates wrote. We should deal with them in proportion to the suffering they cause. The Trump administration's funding cuts, Gates argues, necessitate an immediate and larger focus on investment and resources to support those abandoned efforts. Although climate change will have serious consequences, particularly for people in the poorest countries, it will not lead to humanity's demise, Gates wrote. This is a chance to refocus on the metric that should count even more than emissions and temperature change, improving lives. Our chief goal should be to prevent suffering, particularly for those in the toughest conditions who live in the world's poorest countries. Gates' shocking essay comes ahead of next month's COP30, a global summit focused on battling climate change. The Trump administration eliminated USAID, an international aid organization that supplied foreign countries with $8 billion in annual support to provide food and medicine to people who otherwise lack access to those life-saving necessities. Gates denied his position represents a reversal from his past stances. He said in Tuesday's essay that the world must continue to support its past efforts to achieve zero carbon emissions. However, Gates told CNBC's Andrew Ross Snorkin in an interview Tuesday that pulling back for climate investment was a huge disappointment, albeit a necessary one. It also represents a stark contrast from where Gates had been focusing his efforts and philanthropy, including clean energy businesses and lobby shops, and a turn from Gates' tone from just a couple years ago. All right. Until 2023, since removed breakthrough energy essay, for example, Gates noted that most people around the world are struggling with the effects of climate change, a feeling that can be overwhelming and necessitates a response with unprecedented scale and speed. Some critics argue that Gates' shift represents a false dichotomy. A significant amount of suffering that Gates now says is a priority is directly or indirectly a result of climate change. Humans are resilient. And while billion-dollar disasters will become more frequent and devastating, humans will not be wiped from the face of the earth. Jennifer Francis, senior scientist at Woodwell Climate Research Center, which studies extreme weather and climate change, told CNN. However, investment needs to continue to focus on curing the disease, as emissions of heat-trapping gases, while also treating symptoms which include improving health and hunger, bolstering infrastructure, and preserving ecosystems. Others believe Gates is missing the broader point. There is no greater threat to developing nations than the climate crisis, said Michael Mann, director, Penn's Center for Science, Sustainability, and the Media. He's got this all backwards. Okay. Oh, Billy, I'm telling you, I'm so sick of him. Oh, man, am I sick of that weasel? Yeah, good point, Haas. It's kind of fun. I don't know what to say. I mean, look, yeah, I'm a critical reader despite my cataracts. I read and write every day. You don't have to have that behind you in college to be one. Don't get me wrong. Let me get rid of that. Okay. That being said, folks, what can you say? I mean, I got to look at part 10 too on Europa, the final battle, and I don't know how I'm supposed to put a lot of that stuff in YouTube either. Well, that's a specific incident that happened here. We got a bunch of bees that were writhing and dying on our ground near where Kakarot is on his chain, and I quickly stomped them out with my boots and used my rake to rake to sweep them over the slope. I don't know what happened, even though Deb wants me to talk about it. Now, I'm going to open up a window and get on YouTube, and we're going to have some fun. Again, pole dancer AOC comes to mind. So, okay, here we go. Let me get this on. We'll play a couple of them, actually. But I can tell you this, folks. Oh, shit. Okay, good. It's working. Okay. I was panicking there for a second. On AOC and a Joe Biden moment you missed this week with Megan there. Let me go ahead and get that on the share here. Well, of course they do, but I think something had to have happened. Specifically, we still have bees, we have grasshoppers, we have mosquitoes and gnats, and that's a good thing. That being said, folks, I mean, they're a pain, don't get me wrong. And Deb, when I was pounding nails into boards and stuff and securing up the pen that we have our roosters in that we're going to butcher, I mean, she gets a little crazy on me. And but you know what? It's good to have that stuff. In Florida, you don't have any of that anymore, at least not my experience. They're so riddled with chemicals in that state compared to where we are now. Yeah, Governor DeSantis said, he doesn't want those planes going over and doing that, and he'll shoot them down. Well, okay. Let me get this on. But it's hypocritical because late at night, what they do is
or so then.
Well, hold on a second. What they do is they have those trucks that spray chemicals, so nobody has so they have no mosquitoes and bugs and flies to worry about. Now, that being said, I mean, for starters, the damage has been done. Okay, you can do that and stop it all, and it will heal and it will be noticeable. Back to the critical reading part. You notice how Gates, he doesn't say anything specific. He doesn't give stats. He doesn't say how they improved. And people just are stupid enough. They're sheeple enough to go for this silliness. It's really aggravating to me because I would, and they would escort a guy like me out of a place where he asked questions. I would think I'd be like, well, what's the problem specifically? What is it doing? What are the statistics on this? And I would ask the right questions. And of course, Billy, he has his people with him and they get mad at you and all that. And I'd have to bring my security and they'd have to get in front of their security and it just wouldn't be a good deal. But people go, these people don't have to answer to us, right? All right, let's get this moving. Let's have some fun, guys.
Isn't there concern that, this slippery slope towards socialism inevitably ends up as full-blown communism? I mean, no?
I'm not concerned about America turning into a communist country in like a year.
Well, that makes one of us.
I think these folks call everyone they don't like a communist. I think that America is a free country. They're out here palling around with whoever they want to pal around with. So what? People can do what they want. I don't. I'm not here to be the belief police around here.
I'm not here to be the belief police around here.
Somebody stole his man card.
Do Republicans really think that this stuff is going to happen? No, they don't. They're trying to scare people because they don't want us talking about the fact that we all have a right to healthcare in this country. So they want to call it communist. So they don't want you to know that Germany, Italy, the UK, Canada, everybody else has it better than us. And we spend the most amount of money for the worst care in the modern developed world.
For the worst care in the modern developed world.
You were literally too stupid to insult.
Democrats have repeatedly said the moment they regain power, they're going to pack the Supreme Court. Isn't that exactly how communism starts? I mean, that's what happened in Venezuela, and that's the plan for you guys too, right?
Your plan sucks.
That doesn't sound crazy to me. There are probably other proposals like, maybe Supreme Court justices shouldn't be financially entangled and taking private jets and with billionaires.
Taking private jets and with billionaires.
Think I'm going to be sitting on a waiting line at United, waiting, 30,000 people away.
And what do you say to Americans who see you guys out there, quote unquote, fighting the oligarchy, yet arriving to all of these big events in private jets?
Fighting the oligarchy, yet arriving to all of these big events in private jets.
Gotcha.
I mean, is there a single billionaire involved in this situation? I don't think so. They have to go.
Could not have happened to a nature woman.
Hi guys, I'm going to test my new Zoom scope.
All right, let's have some fun with Joey here.
What do you have to say? What do you deserve? You deserve all of it. Everything.
Rapino, right puts it over the bar.
It's called karma. And it's pronounced ha!
You recently wrote an article basically saying that anti-trans legislation is not actually about protecting girls, but distracting from us from what really matters. Tell us what you mean by that.
I think what I mean by that is let's just pull back a little. At first it was well, nobody likes women's sports and nobody wants to watch it.
That too.
The Heritage Foundation is now going to go after Title IX. So is it about reproductive rights or is it about just women's rights in general? We're seeing the rollback of Roe v. Wade.
Rollback of Roe v. Wade.
The rollback of Roe v. Wade.
Sounds familiar.
It's going to cause a mini revolution. They're going to vote a lot of these folks out of office. We got to keep it focused on if they overrule Roe v. Wade.
I will restore Roe v. Wade as the law of the land again.
Like most Americans, I believe Roe v. Wade got it right.
We're going to restore Roe v. Wade as the law of the land.
Kamala and I will make Roe v. Wade the law of the land again.
Rollback of Roe v. Wade.
Tweedledee and Tweedle dumbass.
While I wish it had not come to this, this is the fastest route available. I'm just stating a basic fundamental notion. The fastest way to restore Roe.
Fastest way to restore Roe.
Donald Trump says he thinks Roe v. Wade overturning.
And making Roe v. Wade the law of the land.
Congress, in my view, should codify Roe for once and for all.
There's Russell Crowe, Cameron Crowe, Crow Diddley, Hume Cronin, Gregory Peck.
Okay. These people are a lot nicer than I ever would be. Mr. Burgundy does a great job. Don't get me wrong, but I'm kind of looking around, guys. I'm sure you can see me doing it. I haven't unshared it. It's just that being said, I don't know. These are the buffoons we have running our country. I want to bring something else too. I probably should. So I don't know what to say about these people. I just look. I'll bring this up. I have talked about it, but it has been a while. Another reason why this nation is in serious trouble, folks, because of 1973 with Roe versus Wade. I don't even. It was during the during the Biden-Harris administration that they put it from state to state, which is a tad bit more constitutional, but it's still way ungodly, and it can cause a lot of problems. I'm sure it has already. I just haven't looked into it. Say if it's illegal to commit an abortion in one state, that person goes to another state to get it done. I know Governor Creepy Boy, Gaseous Gavin Newsom of California has said that, he can be a sanctuary for that, as well as gender children and that. Going behind their parents' backs and stuff. It really should just be outlawed altogether, proscribed, not prescribed, but proscribed. This nano stuff, and I know that there's a lot of controversy on what's his name that I just showed. That guy on Facebook. I'm brain farting here. Is right at the tip of my tongue, the name. He has been known to say some stupid things before, but I'll tell you what. Alex Jones. Yeah. Okay, now I'm thinking of it. Alex Jones back around, I don't know, 2000, 2001. He did an excellent job exposing Bohemian Grove and the Bushes and others for what they are really about. I suppose I should uncover my camera now. But, I know this sounds like a lot of conspiracy theory crackpot things here, but this is coming all over the place. I don't mean on mainstream media. You can't trust them at all. The one that I do get some time to is Newsmax a little bit. I unsubscribed all my Fox channels once they fired Tucker Carlson years ago. But anyway, he even then I'll listen to a Fox thing if it looks good, and I'll make an assessment from there after I watch it. But even Newsmax doesn't put really nearly enough out. They are not considered mainstream technically, not the last I knew, but they can put out some good stuff. But I have to look to other sources to give to you and whatever, and that's what I do, or I try to. A lot of the stuff I can't put out on here, I'll be struck down very quickly. Maybe I should do it and take my chances. I don't know. It just, a lot of people don't. And that's what I'm concentrating on right now, on the Zionists and that, and the Satanist synagogue that are making us true Jews look really bad. They're giving us all a bad name. That really irritates and aggravates me. And of course, what's going on around the world, I have to look at some more stuff from Riverside Homestead. I have to read a few more articles. I just don't. But, common sense tells me this keeps up, we're not going to be doing this real long anyway. Well, it depends on who the journalist or anchor person is. It depends on what they're talking about. I mean, yeah, I'm very discerning that way, and I'm not bragging. It's just that Elohim has given me a gift, Haas, and there's so much crap on Fox. I know that, and they've gotten worse over the years. Rupert Murdoch owns it. Chucky Boy Schumer, senator of New York, was crying and stuff when Tucker Carlson put all that stuff out on January 6th. He didn't even put 1/10 of it out, really, but he put more than enough out to where people were like, oh, and just these so-called Democrats, because they're frauds too. You know, how shameful it was. And Rupert Murdoch, make him take that off. And it just, you know. But you know what? This is going to be shouted at the rooftops. Somebody's going to do it. Some of us are doing it. And whether I'll get stopped or not, I don't know. I'm not going to pronounce anything one way or another. Anyway, I've gathered some more information on what the agenda is. And I need to do a separate video. I keep telling you people that, and every now and then I do. Now, more than likely, because I like to say I'd still like to do the reading separately that same day, and I do, but I have so much stuff around here. Even on Sunday, I'm going to have a bunch of out of the way stuff to do on the homestead, besides just my regular chores. Deb's a busy woman. And with her physical handicap, she still gets things done around the house. It just takes her a little longer. And, you know, in other words, we're busy. So if I do, and I will, God willing, I'll do another separate video. More than likely the same day I won't do the reading. I have to wait until the next day like I did that last time. And that's okay. I do want to get God's word out there. I was watching some stuff. And see, again, I could do debunking videos, and it's no. Oh yeah, I was going to do those. Well, here I'll just use the Google here. Hold on, let's get that back because I want to. And I've emphasized this before, but it's been a lot of videos ago. Even now, when I have having the new recent videos that I started a few months ago. Percentage. Of Bible believers in America. It's coming up for me now because I've done it before. Oh, they've updated some of this stuff. Let's look at this, folks. Come on. There we go. All right. Oh, they've updated. Between 20% and 62% of American believers, of Americans believe in the Bible, depending on how strictly belief is defined by literal interpretation versus general Christian identity. Broad Christian identification sits at roughly 62% to 65%, while literal belief in the text drops significantly lower. Literal word of God. 20% of Americans view the Bible as the actual literal word of God. That should be taken word for word. Okay, that's understandable. Inspired word. 49% view the Bible as inspired by God, containing messages or truths, but not everything in it should be taken literally. That's kind of where I would fall, I think. Now, fables and history. 29% view the Bible as a collection of ancient stories, fables, history, and moral concepts written by humans without divine inspiration. I definitely do not fall into that. Christian identification. Actually, AI isn't doing too bad of a job on this for once. 62% of U.S. adults identify as Christian, according to data tracked by the Pew Research Center, and about 65% according to the PRRI Census of American Religion. Practicing Christians, only about 24% of U.S. adults fit the criteria for active or practicing Christians who regularly attend services and prioritize faith. I'd like to get more specifically into that. I'd have to do more research on that, because even if we had 24% that were truly in Elohim's will, right there. Let me put that in. I do use Pew Research Center quite a bit too for this kind of stuff. It's the best that I've found. It's not perfect, but of course you can get into other things, with Pew Research Center, Reddit, and so on and so forth. If we are truly in God's will, even just 20% right here, right there. It would be amazing because in Genesis with Lot, the nephew of Abraham, if he, with Abraham saying, 50, 45, 40, and he went down and down. And of course, there weren't even that many. Now, I think the numbers probably need to be greater because Sodom, Gomorrah, Admoi, Zeboim, and that other city, there were 5 of them actually, because you have to look in more than just Genesis. There wasn't nearly the population that I remember looking up that there is in America. Let's look at that. So it only makes sense, There are a few of us that are faithful. There are a few of us that are in Elohim's will. What was I just going to put? Oh, yeah. Okay. Population of the United States is estimated at approximately 349 million people, according to the UN data, UN-based data tracked by Worldmeter's U.S. population, with official tracking from the U.S. Census Bureau, reflecting ongoing growth and shifting migration patterns. Well, that's a good way to put it, to keep you out of trouble here, so nobody can call you out. All right, the mid-year estimate for 2026 would be 349,035,494. We're the third largest, most populated country in the world. I think China's got to be number one, obviously. Okay. I don't know out of 349 million how many are legal. Supposedly, President Trump wanted to do a census of American citizens only, both native born, like me and you, and ones that were naturalized in. I don't know how many it would take to be in Elohim's will to really turn this country around, at least on an ephemeral level. Those things, I get interested and fascinated by some of the most boring things, but folks, look, whatever. I'm just curious about a lot of these things, and and I look at supposing the number of Bible believers, churchgoers, and look, if we were all truly in God's will, then I don't think we'd be sitting where we're at. And I don't think Hasatan would have nearly the leeway that he does, and he's getting more, which is scriptural. He's getting permission to take it further. This is where I think Yah is taking his hand further and further away, is continuing to, and around the world. I mean, look at our predecessor, Brother Brits. Man, are they getting slammed hard. Oof, I feel bad for the peasants. But then again, if the peasants aren't doing God's will, there's a bunch of them are a bunch of godless heathens too. Let's just be honest here. I think there were Nephilim and child sacrifices in Sodom going on too. It had to be something real bad for God to annihilate it. Well, of course there was. Yeah, I know you're right on that, Craig. Not only that, but I mean, even people to come and visit and try to do business, they'd get raped. Men and women, they'd get raped. They'd get their stuff stolen from them. They couldn't even leave with their donkey or camel or horse. I mean, they were, some of them got killed in action for that matter, but I mean, they'd leave with no dignity, lose everything, do those schmucks, those reprobate schmucks. I mean, the history, you got to look for it. You can find it. Now, I'm glad you brought that up, Craig. So, and I look at the social experiments they're doing and that they're being allowed to do, and people are raping, especially the illegal aliens in other countries. It was going on here. It's less now because of Trump, and I'm not really giving Trump much credit. I think some people are still getting through the border. Not like it was, but he hasn't built some of the walls up that he said he would. He's not draining any swamp. He's just becoming part of it. There's just so much stuff going on, and that's where we true believers need to really get down and serious. If you're that way already, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you're not, if it does apply, you better pay attention. And okay. Facebook? What?
Yeah.
You're gonna stay there? Okay. What do you Facebook? What?
Yeah, I need you to click on that one thing.
What are you talking about?
There's something I just put up.
Where'd you put it?
It's on Facebook.
Oh, Facebook. I thought you said Facebook. I'm like, leaving your. No, I don't want to leave the site.
No. Just
Cancel. Okay. Well, if I do that, look what's going to happen. See, I have to cancel that.
you just opened the Facebook that you're already on.
No, I already clicked it out. That's the problem.
Oh boy. Can you open up another window?
Yeah, of course I can. Now I'll try it. Hold on. I think,
Okay.
are we? Yeah, we're okay.
Okay.
Deb wants me to get something on Facebook. Right here?
Right here.
Oh.
That.
Oh, and Deb wants me to bring this stuff up to you about the AI soldiers. Deb, bring me that other thing now again for this, and I'll let them see that. Okay?
It's only like 1 minute.
Oh, that's fine. Let me get this on. I'll put this down again. Let me, okay, we got Facebook up again. I probably shouldn't click out of things so fast. There we go. They're replacing, not yet. I mean, there are plenty of men and women that are soldiers, sailors, and airmen and women. But they're working on this now. That being said, I want to get this going here.
All right, here they are. Day one, San Diego. 1st Battalion made up completely of humanoid robots, all lined up, ready for inspection. Raw 01, give me a salute.
Acknowledged.
And say something for the camera.
Unit 1 operational. All systems nominal. Awaiting orders.
Yeah.
Wild time.
All right, here they are. Day one, San Diego. 1st Battalion made up completely.
Is there anything else?
Yeah, that's it. Keep it down because
Recently, I realized that the biggest.
Keep what now?
Keep it down. I've got to go to the kitchen.
Oh, gotcha. I'll let you go to the
That's
kitchen.
what I wanted them to see.
Okay. I suppose I can find another.
Terminator. Anybody can say?
Well, I don't know how bad they are, how tough, and Constance tells me good weapons that that we could hold, that I could shoot right at them and take them down.
Well, China's got some that do martial arts.
They do what?
They do martial arts.
Oh yeah, I know. I've seen some of that. I'll find something here.
Sorry, people.
I see a funny deal on here, even though it's sad though too. On the Levi Nix YouTube channel, where women are crying because they can't get men to go with them. A lot of men are ghosting them and stuff and don't want any part of them. Yeah. Oh, jeez. But I'm trying to find something for you here, and what a heck of a way to start the Shabbat, huh?
Well, I'm sorry.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking. There's so much doom and gloom. I mean,
Well, it's not necessarily doom and gloom. It's we need to be ready and knowledgeable about these things that they're hiding.
yeah, I know. It just
And this thing about the bees today, I just wanted to speak on that.
on the bees. Well, feel free to talk.
I have seen some things about the bees that are being done on purpose, trust me when I say this. And this ain't the first time. Been showed all over the country. They're putting out poison rain and acid rain in our skies and in our
Oh yeah, yeah. These people are really something.
trees, regular trees. They explode and burst into flame from the inside of the trunk out. Yeah.
Now this next one that I'm doing, folks, is compliments of Hoss. He gave me a link. I'll go ahead and play it. Let's do this. Oh, I love this. I better get that up. I could probably get it. Well, no, that's not what I'm talking about. Hold on, I get out of there. Give me a second. Okay. Oh, he gave me another one. Let's check it out. I'll give Hoss the. Let me get rid of this window. I've got so many up, folks. Hold on. I have to do this right.
Make sure you mute it.
Oh, I did. Just hold on. Hold on. I'm looking up what Hoss. Oh, yeah, it's a little bit longer. I'm going to have to go in and actually, no, I can't. I got to get that back on so I can put the link in. I'll do it in a bit. Here, we'll go ahead. I'll share this. All right, let's do it. A little late now. Hold on. Okay. I'm sure YouTube will let me know. All right. Make sure we got everything off here. Well, I think I've pretty much played what I can. Yeah, leave it to China. China, they're pretty intelligent people. The Chinese are very intelligent people. I've known a lot of Chinese people in America, and even though I've out of the martial arts that I've done, I've never done a Chinese martial art, but I have practiced martial arts with Chinese people, and they're very good. I mean, they get into other stuff like Korean, like Taekwondo, Tang Sudo, etc. Some of them get into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I remember I never did find out who this guy was, or I never met up with him when I was 34 years old. And actually, my last pro fight, there was a 51-year-old Chinese guy that wanted to fight me, and I guess he looked pretty badass from what I understand. That's what my trainer told me at the time. And it just didn't work out. He ended up having his problems with his wife and now ex, and I ended up going back into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But too, as far as math and what they're doing with their it's not called TikTok, but they have their own form of TikTok, and they're very intellectual people. They are no joke. They're no joke. So I really don't have a lot more to say. I mean, does anybody want me to bring up anything? Just asking, because I don't know. I try to, as serious and intense as these world subjects are that affect all of us, I do try to keep a decent atmosphere where you people can chat and bring things up. Like I brought a couple of Haas's deals up here that he gave me. But I mean, we are children of the living God. And I guess it's just, it's scripture. I mean, how many millions to possibly even over 1 billion people over the centuries have been killed in action, have been martyred already, and we're not even in the tribulation yet. The one that's coming will be like never before or since. So, just saying. So, I hate it that that's coming, but I guess the sooner and the faster it comes, then the sooner and the faster, the more quickly us true believers can be with the living God. We'll be eating food with him in the kingdom. I believe it's a literal place. A literal temple is in the kingdom, or is in the heavens, the Shemaim right now. And I do look forward to that. It's just the pain and the heartaches already that I've had. Maybe a whine once in a while, I don't know, but maybe it's something to get me more conditioned and ready for the harder times that are coming for us. So I think America is in some ways on its last leg. I can honestly tell you that I did not put faith into Donald Trump when he was being chased around for 4 years. In fact, I wondered if he was going to be able to even be allowed to be voted for. Remember, states were trying to get him off the ballot. Supreme Court wouldn't let it happen. I think it was the National Supreme Court, wasn't it? And also other state Supreme Courts. I don't know. These commies, these dirty little commies would say, oh, people should have the right to say what they want and vote for who they want. And then they'd go turn around and try and make a petition or make up some legal document for their state to not let Trump run. But that being said, and I knew when he was reelected, I thought, well, I wonder if he's going to take emergency powers, which he has not yet. And if he does, is he going to go too far with it, which he has not yet. I mean, I was never fooled by him by any stretch. He has changed for the worse. Sorry about that. I'm being rude here. He he never was that godly of a man anyway. He's not Christian, and he says it. Don't get me wrong. I'm a Hebrew. I don't really claim the title Christian. I just, Yeshua is the Mashiach. So, if you want to claim that as a title, I'm cool with it. I don't have a problem with it. It's just, when I'm looking at this going, wow, he, I didn't really also I didn't try to predict that he would go the way he is quite so quickly. You can honestly see during the Trump-Pence administration, Trump 1.0, he actually helped farmers to an extent anyway. No, he's hurting them badly. With data centers and taking their land and stuff. He doesn't have any sack to stand up to his pedo billionaire friends. I believe Trump when he said he didn't go to Epstein Island. I believe Trump when he said he didn't commit any, that he did not commit any sex crimes. I believe that. When you're protecting people like Leslie Herbert Wexner, that billionaire from Ohio who's worth more than Trump is, at least on paper. When you're aiding and abetting, you're just as guilty. So, in this thing with Iran, I knew. I don't know if I'm trying to remember other videos that are now up. I said this would not be done in a day and 2 days and whatever, and it hasn't been. What's it been? Has it been 5 months or something? I'd have to look. Oh, hey, Shabbat Shalom to Nemesis Apprentice. How you doing? I said, and I remember even talking on the phone privately with people. One guy asked me, a friend of mine, what do you think is going to happen? I mean, how are they actually going to try and get control of Iran? I'm like, well, that's Persia. Duh. I don't know how you do it without a ground troop game. That's impossible. And even then, I remember back in the days with President Bush, when you put 20,000 to 30,000 troops in Afghanistan, that's like putting 20, 30 cops in New York City saying police the whole city. It ain't going to happen. I don't want to get into Zoran the moron. It's obvious to see what he's doing. But okay. I remember saying to the guy, well, not only would you have to have a ground game, and I guess there are 50,000 troops over there now, soldiers, airmen, sailors. When I say sailors, you're probably talking SWIC and Navy, Navy SWIC and SEAL, as well as like Army Delta and whomever, Greenie Beanies and Rangers and Marine Force Recon. You can't do that with 50,000. It's going to have to be more. Now, am I for all this? No. We have our own problems. If we see them messing around and we know they're trying to make some kind of nuclear facility, take the planes over and buster bunker that place right then and there and just come on home. That's kind of my theory of it, because I don't want them having a nuclear weapon. I really don't. There's rumors going around that they have them. I have my doubts. It's dubious to me because don't you think they would have at least tried to send one over to the state of Israel by now? Don't you think? Oh, maybe there's some sleeper cells waiting for the right time. Who knows what's going on? But if you're going to have a ground game over there, you don't want anything less than 300,000 troops, guys and gals. And that's a minimum. You probably need over 500,000, really. So put that prince back in charge, or put that prince in charge for his first time, really. And then again, is it even any of our concern? Is it our business? Yes, it sucks that the regular peasants and women and children, that really that really gets to me. But you know what? We have our own women and children and our own vulnerable men, for that matter, in our own nation here. We are in no position. So that being said, but I guess if they're going to do it, 50,000 approximately from what let me look that up again. Actually, I'll let you guys look at this. Hold on. I'll put it up. We'll look it up here. Okay. Oh, really? Well, then I'm out of date, I guess. If AI is even correct on this. No. Okay, wait a minute. That's me. That's Iran. Hold on. Oops. What are you doing, Goku? Okay, buddy. Let's try this. Let's try to find out. Oh, okay, I was okay. Well, U.S. strikes. The U.S. Central Command has executed consecutive nights of air and missile strikes targeting sites within Iran in response to attacks in the Strait of Hormuz. Regional presence. More than 50,000 U.S. military personnel are deployed. That could mean civilian employees too, that are federal, that are government employees, folks. I don't know if it does or not, but are deployed across the broader Middle East at bases and nearby stations, including Jordan, Bahrain, Kuwait, and Qatar, which have also faced retaliatory Iranian and missile fires. Okay. Well, the casualties and over 100 injuries is a little over 100. So how many were killed in action so far? I don't know. Try this one. 20 have been killed, supposedly injured, 482. Okay, we don't know how accurate this is. We just don't know. So okay, I see my wife and how she's talking about food recipes or whatever they're doing. I can't take spicy food, Hoss, man. I'm just you're probably a lot tougher in that area from what I'm seeing here. I know my wife can't do it either.
Can I just say something?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, for y'all, like to the U.S., now Israel has total control of our weaponry, our surveillance systems, our cameras.
I'll be a little more specific on that because they don't have total control. They have total access. There's a difference.
They can watch our spying for data stations.
I know that they have access, but not necessarily control. The state of Israel has total access to our military. They don't have total control. I mean, Netanyahu can't just decide, hey, send 20,000 Marines over here, U.S. Marines, and do that. No, he doesn't have that authority, Deb.
Data stations that can watch us and monitor us.
He could suggest and he and Trump would talk about it. What I'm saying is, though, they have total access to that, and they can see our flat cameras, and of course they're going to do recording. They're going to keep records of that. And for all I know, they could have it on me right here. I don't care. It's just
and also remember that one thing that we're talking about. They could even have rights to go door to door if you talk about.
Okay, there's a possibility, and this is the rumor. Do not take this as concrete evidence because this is coming to mind too. You have to critically think, at least a little bit. There are many troops, U.S. military troops, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. Call them what you will. I don't care if you call them sailors or what. And there would be some that would follow through with those orders. Come banging on our door, knock it down, take us prisoner, or we get into a firefight. Whatever would happen. But there are a lot of American military personnel who will not do it. And it would make more sense to send the IDF over in planes and have them do it because they have. So what? I'm even a Jew, and what would they care? They don't know me. They don't have any personal connection to me. Is Wilford Whiskey in here? Oh, there you are. Okay, welcome and Shabbat Shalom to Wilford Whiskey. So there's a lot of things going on, and Trump is evidently getting very calloused knees, at least to an extent, with Prime Minister Benjamin Bibi Netanyahu. I used to really think he was a pretty cool guy. I did. I knew he wasn't in salvation. But he's probably changed and become more reprobate, more seared with his conscience over time, too. And that being said, there's a lot of things going on. We are so connected to the state of Israel. Look, I want to give the state of Israel credit. They're badass. They are the smallest nation. They're the toughest, smallest nation. They had their 6-day war. They took on, I think, 6 countries and beat them. Other small nations. And that was before I was born, I think in 1967, if I remember the history correctly. A few years later, was it 1973 off the top of my head? The 14-day war, they whooped that. They took it. They whooped, they kicked ass and took names. I mean, not to mention, too, all the damage we've done to Iran. They're still fighting back, by the way. They keep creeping up, attacking some more bases as well as the Strait of Hormuz with ships. Trump hasn't gotten rid of them, but we have given them enough damage. Israel still could have done it by themselves, but it's made it a lot easier for them to keep the Iranians under control. Let Netanyahu do it. But no, we have to be a part of this, supposedly. That's why when somebody tries to argue with me, the U.S. has no part playing in prophecy. Oh, yes, we do. Whether I think the Eagles having its wings clipped, but or whatever, and Babylon has fallen. I don't know. Yeah, no, with it, but again, Trump's going to have to put troops in there now, more than 50,000, by the way, if they're even all. Some of those people could be federal civilian employees too. Most of them are probably military of whatever branch is. So that being said, they no, they will. They'll use it. Look, I think they're going to use a lot. I think there will be some military personnel that'll do it, where others will not. And the ones that will not will be kicked immediately from their rank. They'll be deranked and dethroned quick, whether they're just a sergeant or a high-up general. When you have your 1-star brigadier generals, 2-star major generals, 3-star lieutenant generals, and then you have your 4-star generals. In a case of World War, you can sometimes get a 5-star, which is very seldom. I think the last one that we had was Dwight David Eisenhower, who eventually became president after that. And he wasn't nearly as good of a general as General Patton was. Patton had him outclassed. Patton didn't jack around. But anyway, rather than go off on that tangent, if you're going to put troops there, you better put in at least 300,000 minimum, preferably up over 500,000. That's just my take. And we don't need to even be there anyway. Well, I really don't care about my former governor. He was UDT. He'll say Navy SEAL, but they were separate at the time. You could become both with his history. He did not. He just says Navy SEAL, which is the same thing. He went through the 5-day hell camp. You have to give it credit where it's due. He was a bad boy. I met him when he was a wrestler. I was 10 in 1979 with the American Wrestling Association, to my knowledge, which no longer exists in Minneapolis. And it was this big dude. I'm like, whoa. But I don't understand. What I don't understand about Jesse, the former governor, is he backs up Tim Walz 100%. He makes it very clear. Again, I don't like Trump either, but he goes out of his way just to talk stupid about Trump. Ventura does. And what really gets me, and I was in the Minnesota area at that time, Jesse ruled with law and order. He really did. He did a halfway decent job. He even made the prisoners there pay a certain amount of rent, or some kind of deal where he did with the prison system in the state of Minnesota to help out the taxpayers. I thought that was good. I guess this can be good. There's nothing real wrong with this other thing that he did, but the speed limit, he made it very clear. 55 miles per hour. 55 means 55. It doesn't mean 56 or 57. And a lot of the troopers held drivers to that. I'm one of them. I got it, but I was going more than 57, by the way. I think I was going 82 or something. I kind of had it coming. So that being said, Jesse when he was governor, he was not the buffoon, the little pedo boy, and the Somalian guy with illegal aliens that Tim Walz is. I don't understand Jason Ventura. And I'd gladly tell him that to his face now. I'd have no problem with that. Even if we got, and I'm never going to meet him again from what I can predict, but as a little kid, but he, we'd probably even be in agreement with not everything, but some of the things on Donald Trump. It wouldn't surprise me any. I guess I just don't understand where he's coming from and why. I don't get it. He's former U.S. Navy Special Forces UDT, underwater demolition team is what they call it, I believe, at the time. So but why talk about him? I don't think he'll ever make another 4 years as governor. I really don't. And if he did, how would he do it this time? Trump has changed a lot for the worse. How do you know Governor Ventura wouldn't? My state is so messed up. Right, my home state that I no longer live in is so messed up, and it irks me because it's my native land. That's where I was born, in Wilmer, Minnesota, on the 4th floor of Rice Memorial Hospital. I have friends and family that I still love and care for that are there. I should give some of them a call and see how it's, see what their point of view is, and I could tell you. I wouldn't give you their names or anything, but and that's another thing, though, too, about where Craig Hayden typed in, and he did. Ventura did lose his job at MSNBC, but what was it called? MS Now, isn't that the current name of it, if I'm right? But Bush-Cheney administration came to light after how long? People started seeing through that BS too. And so I don't really know how right or not Jesse was on that subject. I'd have to look at it again. I mean, you're talking 23 years ago when that incident happened with former Governor Ventura, Oh, yeah? Yeah, I think I've heard about that, Wilfred. But I will say this, China probably has to be careful. And I say that sincerely because even though I'm liking Trump less and less every day, China better be careful. They try to nuke Israel, and whether they succeed or not, Trump will go after China. I will say that. I'm confident enough to say that. Now, do I want all this going on? Because that'll be a world war quick. No, I don't. So, I know I look ridiculous eating because I'm missing so many teeth. But I can't. I guess, you just keep your noses to the grindstone. Keep reading God's word. Keep praying. Ask him what he wants to do. When you have an opportunity where the rock leads you, well, he hasn't nuked him either. And frankly, if we can beat him, I'm not so sure we ever will. That's not in scripture. Do I think America plays a role in prophecy? Yeah, I do. But it's not the part where we're going to totally destroy Persia. That's not going to happen. I don't see it in scripture. And then Trump would, I don't know what would happen if he lays a couple nukes down, and I mean serious nukes on Iran. Oof. I mean, that can really ignite a lot of things right there. I don't like what I see, Deb. I just don't. At least somebody likes my ugly mug. Right, Deb? Anyway, but I'm kind of going off and talking. I'm just venting more than anything. I have my Savior, Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach, to get through to the Father, and I hope that our prayers and our verb actions, because we are expected to do things as his children. I hope that we get something done here. That we can prolong things like a King Josiah. And I want more people in salvation. I don't like seeing anybody go the opposite way for eternity. So anyway, well, okay, if they're not here to see my looks, I'll go ahead and cover myself up, Deb. Okay. I'm only kidding. I am a proud husband of all of my wives, Deb being my favorite. Right? Okay, I'm getting in enough trouble. But there's a lot of things going on around the world, and along with this homestead, and all I can do is sit back and pray about it. All I can do is sit back and pray about it and give the information out. And it's up to that, each individual, how he or she wants to deal with it. So anyway, we've been on for almost 2 hours. I don't see any reason to continue this unless somebody else has the subject they want to type in about for me to address. Uh-oh. I think I'm going to get pile driven with a wrestling move here. Okay, so I'm going to get the rod from the master warden. Ouch. Okay. Ow. Okay, that stings. Anyway.
Nobody's here to watch your show, to see what you wear, if you're shaved.
Should I not wear anything then?
Well, shut up. If you're shaved, how many teeth you have, how many you don't have.
4, 5, 6. Hold on.
How old you are.
I'm old.
Just shut up.
I think the only entity that can destroy a whole nation is the Lord. No one else has the capability. Bombs, yes, but one bomb or a system of bombs to destroy a nation is God. That is fire and brimstone. That might be a good point, Hoss. I mean, Yeshua's going to come down before that happens. Man will destroy himself if he doesn't. Jesus will take care of that. And that's in Matthew 24. But anyway. Ayla's too busy sleeping. So, yeah, it's not in God's will for us to totally destroy our own race. I used to get in arguments with people about that. I remember during the scamdemic in 2020, I had these buffoons I used to waste my valuable time with, and I explained the things to them medical. Because I used to be in the field. Here, Goku. Here. There you go, buddy. Knock yourself out. Anyway, if you believe Matthew 24, that's not going to happen for starters. 2, I knew it was a scam. I know how the FDA works in generalities, AMA, CDC, HWO. I knew it was a bunch of crap, what they were doing. And all that stuff started back when Trump was in his, towards the end of his first term. So, anyway, and I used to be dumb enough to go on other people's panels and explain it to them. And they look and try to argue with you anyway because they're a bunch of idiots, frankly. But, I don't do that anymore. I will. I'll go on to somebody's panel if I think they're going to be fair enough. If they aren't, I won't stay there long if they start pulling crap on me. But I'm doing it totally different this time. So, but I try to give the word out, the truth, when I feel compelled to do it. So, that being said, folks, it has been over 2 hours now, and nobody's really bringing up a subject. You're putting in good comments, don't get me wrong, but you're not putting up things that you want to go over, which is fine. I've been on here long enough. I have got to probably bring my dogs out for a little while here pretty soon anyway, and do my thing, and be ready for the day that God gave me, that God made for man. So pretty much doing it now. And, read some scriptures and look into some things for future videos, live streams. But folks, in the meantime, keep your heads on your swivels, stay on guard. Be ready. Prepare yourself spiritually, first and foremost, spiritually, mentally, and physically. Make sure you're prepped that way, the best that you are allowed to do it. And I hope to see you later, whether it's a video on a live stream on giving you information or a reading, whichever one comes first. But do enjoy your Sabbath, your Shabbat, and stay safe out there. Keep your heads on your swivels. Peace. Shalom. The Levite man is out of here till next time. Later.